So yesterday's video was about giving the mind something to do. And I think that's a really useful practice. And I got a great comment on it though. And it was, are there negatives to this practice? Because of course, isn't meditation and mindfulness the practice of quieting the mind? So let's start off with a quote from the Nisargadatta when he said, "You are not the mind. So what do you care if it is quiet or busy?" And then following it up with another, "You are not the mind," as a kind of, well, as I like to say, a deminder to help sever that identification between the processes of mind and actual consciousness. Now, if you're a parent, you can kind of relate to this because if you've taken your kids out when they were really young to a restaurant and they were bouncing off the walls like the mind seems to do, and they're your kids, it's pretty hard to relax while you're eating because you feel a sense of identification and responsibility. And uh, if it's someone else's kids, it's remarkable how easy it is to absolutely ignore them, even though they may be causing quite a bit of chaos. Um, that's the exact same parallel we're talking about. So what what I was getting at is really for people who are working on that identification problem, I think it's helpful to give the mind something to do. That alone can be a good practice to help the identification process. And once you engage in that for a while, then you can start working on what Nisargadatta was talking about, like getting to, once you've broken the identification, then you can start recognizing that you really don't care if the mind is bored. You don't care if the mind is cranky. You don't care if the mind has a bad mood because you are not it.